Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. So we got a couple videos coming today. We ain't gonna go outrageous with it like I have some days, but we gonna keep the videos flowing. So I got a video uploading about arguing with women and how, as I've gotten older, I look back and say the mess is usually created by the man's passiveness, for one. You arguing with women, you giving them their way when you should be standing on them. Different things we do as men that make these women worse, and then when the relationship spirals out of control and she completely disrespecting you, it's because you, when she first started doing it, you didn't check it in. Or I didn't, or whoever did. So, what I want to talk about on here is I kind of want to piggyback off the whole arguing thing. And I've talked about this before. I want to just keep driving it home because we got some new subscribers, and hopefully they'll go back on the old videos, but they may not. And that's the main characteristics that we as men should be showing our sons, showing our nephews, and showing ourselves in dealing with today's women. Now, you're going to see the video that I made about arguing. Don't argue with them. If you're in a relationship with them, you make sure they understand when they say all that, where do we go from here, and they want a relationship and stuff, you have to make sure they understand how it's going to go, and make sure they understand that if it don't go that way, you'll leave. And you always, the first thing I want to mention is you always want to be ready to dump them, ready to break up with them. You don't want to be too attached to them. If I remember, I'm going to talk about all this stuff about women completing you. The only thing that can complete a man is God. Can't no woman complete you. They too traitorous to complete a man. The average marriage only go 8 years. So let's say your marriage goes lower than that. What's going to happen? You going to be incomplete? Come on, man. Stop that. It's when guys figure out that women are recreational unless they show you that they mean business by becoming business. And the only way they're going to do that, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Remember, y'all, remind me, because I got so many topics, I be forgetting some of them. But the only way they can become business is by pouring into your empire business. If they come in thinking you're supposed to do everything, recreational use only. That's how we got to be with them, man. That's what we talking about. How we got to be with them. We can't budge, can't break, can't fail, can't get weak. I don't care if it's potent, it's wet, it's 90 degrees down there, it look just like you want it. You know, we all, like, guys be knowing what gets them going. Like every guy is different. Like, I know the visuals that I see that get me going more than others. You know, we all got our own little fetishes and so on and so forth. But you can't let that stand in the way of you being a man. And you should never be in no relationship with no woman that don't treat you like a king and to respect your manhood. She should never be telling you to be a man. She should never be acting like you was acting soft or any of that stuff. Let me tell you what happened. She gonna get mad at me for this, but she always mad at me, so it don't matter. Because we going that way anyway. At this point, just trying to get along for the kids. But people be talking like we know people that have rats. We don't have roaches or rats, but she's scared of rats, right? Finna show you something. I'm finna show you. So, all the arguments that we done had, and all the things she done said, I'm laying downstairs where I normally sleep. She gets to calling me such and such by my first name. I think I hear something. She comes down there. I'm thinking in my mind, oh, that's so cute. Because she done told me she don't need a man. She done told me I ain't gonna even get into everything she say. But she came right down there where I was at and sat on the couch for protection. I'm thinking, oh, that's so cute. But I'm laughing to myself. I'm still laying there like. And I told my sons, I said, see what I mean? I said, never listen to them women with that. They don't need a man, bull crap. She came right down there. She tried to call them at first, of course. Of course. But when her calls to them failed, she came down there where she wanted to come anyway. It's just the grudges and the resentment, So she came down there. And I'll admit, I be needing her for stuff too. Like these both of my glasses broke. But I could have went and paid to get it fixed. So that was kind of different. Kind of the same, kind of different. Like she's very good at putting things back together. So she came down there. I'm laying there covering my face up because I'm really like laughing to myself like, oh, that's so cute. She came to her protector after all of the things that have been said. Because this is one of the reasons why you never fold at no type of pressure from no women. One of the things that hurt us is all that talking about you gonna leave. Now keep in mind, I never cheated. So when you dealing with these women today, you gotta stand. You can't budge. You can't budge off your masculinity. And if you ever cry in front of a woman and she take it as weakness, you gotta dump her immediately. Be like, I can't trust you. You don't think right. You think like a robot. All these people talking about you can't show emotion, you can't cry. Y'all some robot. Y'all watch too much TV. Human beings are emotional creatures. Now, women are supposed to be more emotional than men. But you think when I was looking at my father in that casket, did I care what anybody think? If somebody would have said, man, stop crying, like I would have just started fighting. Just start fighting. I'm not trying to hear that. It's times where crying is the realistic emotion. You gotta realize that was my father laying up in that casket. I'm not trying to hear none of that fake macho stuff. What's wrong with you where you can't cry? But when you see women, you gotta check that in. You gotta check that in. If you sad about something, like something happened to one of your homeboys or something, they say, man, you gotta man up, man. I'll be like, man, shut up. I can be an a-hole, y'all. I remember one of my guys died, right? It was some stuff with the police. I told y'all about him. And it's like, I was looking, as I was preaching this funeral, I was looking out into the crowd, and I'm like, these Negroes trying not to cry. Man, we known this dude how long? But I saw people with sunglasses on, some of his best friends. And so one of my guys came up there and hugged me, and we both was crying like little kids. Because we knew each other since we was little kids. He moved over there, I think I was 12. 12. He died young. He died, let me see, what was that? 2001, I think. I wasn't even 30 years old, man. And so that brings me to my next point. Never stop being friends with people you cool with for no chick. See, you make her accept your friends, and if your friends ain't acting right in these streets, then you make your own decision. You don't let her make no decision for you. Because what'll happen is, those guys will be missing you more than her. And she'll be cheating on you and flirting around with other dudes, and you done gave up all your boys to be around her. So you make her accept your friends. She say, he gonna get you in trouble. Be like, that's between me, him, and God. They not there for that, man. And just like another thing, you close to your brother, you close to your sisters, don't ever move away from them because your broad want to move. If you don't want to leave your brothers and sisters, then you don't. Because you have been and went all the way across, and you come home, she getting hit from the back by some dude in the town. Because let me show you something that happens. Some women, when they know that them people that they connected to is going to talk down on them, some of them don't be liking that. But you get them in another town where people don't know them, they gonna do more. I'm telling you, man, the majority. So you trying to move away for a chick, you gonna mess around, be right back, and your relationships are going to be severed. Or they not gonna be the same. They not gonna be the same. So you don't give up your friends for no chick. If your friends is doing dirt in the street, that's between you and them. You stop dealing with them to save yourself. You don't stop dealing with them because she say so. All she can do is help your white cream come out of the slit. That's number one. That's her number one job. Her number one job ain't to tell you anything. Her number one job is to make sure you getting sexual healing. That's her number one job. So any woman that's not having sex with you, she not doing her number one job. You doing your number one job still by paying bills, providing, protecting. I would advise, if you unsure about you, this might sound controversial. If you unsure about your woman, slow them bills up. Slow them bills up. Start doing stuff different. Don't be doing everything to a T, doing everything right, and you ain't even sure about your woman. Let's see how she acts under pressure, because that's who she really is. Let's see how she acts when she loses something. Or go do something like this. You got a car that she wanted, right? Let's say you got two cars. Trade the car in that she told you to get, and get the car you want. Let's see how she reacts. If she reacts with fury, then she thinks she could tell you what to do. She thinks she your boss. If she acts with grudges and resentment, start doing stuff, saying stuff she wasn't supposed, you done spoiled her. You done made things too comfortable for her. Some of y'all need to turn up the heat on y'all chicks. They got it too good and they don't even deserve it. They be flirting around. Okay, why did you, okay, watch this. Picture a time you did something involving the opposite sex. Picture her reaction. And compare it to any time she did something involving the opposite sex. Now, I guarantee you she expected and you were more forgiving than she was. That's another thing. They trying to run you. They trying to run you. If she cheated on you, how is she still there? You messed up. You gave up your manhood, sir. See, some women, they start acting up because they want to cheat on you, but they know you're not going for it. So it be pressure for them. Some of y'all, that's the pressure. Like, you be on point. Your girl can't get away with the stuff she want to get away with. In those situations, you got to give them back, man. Give them back to the streets, man. How are you? Well, I'm just going to work it out. No, you ain't working nothing out. You ain't working nothing out. See, I'm going to show you something. 99% of these women, the thing that gets them the maddest is the fact that knowing that you getting pleasure. They'll break up their whole family for one night of pleasure that you would get from another woman. They'll have complete strangers around your kids just because you got one night of pleasure. And sometimes it be they been done not did their job. If you a woman and you think that you can have sex anytime you feel like it and you never feel like it, you shouldn't be in no relationship. And especially if you don't want him to get none from nowhere else. You shouldn't be in no relationship. But they do though. You know why they do? Because they think they deserve that. A woman can be you be at work practically, can't stay woke, and they'll be at home on the phone with another dude. You'll be working overtime. They'll be talking to another man while you doing all you can to make things easy and comfortable for them. Now, let me show you something. That's my story. It's like, I tried to forgive, but stuff just kept getting worse and worse. And so I said, okay, I'm still going to forgive because that's what God wants me to do. But I'm going to be by myself. And when I deal with women in the future, they're not pressuring me into no relationship. And I'm not pressuring them into sex. I'll jack. I don't care. What your pastor going to say? And matter of fact, what is these preachers and these church people worried about the sexploits of others for anyway? I'm telling you, some people don't want you to have no pleasure. They don't want you to have pleasure. But we'll talk about it more. I got to do something right quick. We'll talk about it more. Stay tuned.